Great to see kids active, but how young is too young considering they are at risk for a concussion?
A dog owner cries foul after her missing animals turn up on an adoption list. And an attempt to curb binge drinking in Grand Forks draws fire.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
It's not easy to tell your 9-year-old that no, they can't use the computer, and no, they can't, play Xbox, and no, they can't watch their favorite movies. But most kids recognize that they feel awful.
A new report shows children ages 12 to 15 account for nearly half of all concussions nationwide in 2013. And the best treatment so far is simply rest. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, one Sanford doctor reports seeing more than 300 concussions a year in Fargo. Many of them are young kids. And while not all brain injuries are from sports, many that she does see are. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric asks parents and doctors just how young is too young to play organized sports.
We definitely see younger kids with concussions. Just yesterday I had a 9-year-old. I've seen a couple in the 7 to 8-year-old range, so we do see some younger folks with concussion.
The main treatment for a concussion right now is simply rest for both mind and body. Try telling that to an active young athlete.
It's not easy to tell your 9-year-old that no, they can't use the computer, and no, they can't, play Xbox, and no, they can't watch their favorite movies. But most kids recognize that they feel awful.
Doctors report if a child fully heals from a brain injury, there should be no lasting effects through life. But how young is too young?
Under 4th grade would be too young. Kids are still playing with Legos and Tinker Toys and stuff like that. But I think 4th grade is about the time you can start getting organized to teach the fundamentals mainly. Competitive keeping score type of thing I don't think is necessary.
Carnal, a basketball coach for Concordia College, thinks there should be age restrictions for sports. And he's not okay with traveling sports teams for 4th graders.
If you're going to be a committed athlete, then you got to start young anyway.
I think it depends upon the sport, but and their if they want to get involved or not. I don't think you should force them to do anything, but if they want to get involved, yes, let them.
And most people I talked with off camera agreed. Some even say their 18-month-old children were out on a hockey rink. Most people around the area say it doesn't matter how old the kids are. They just need to be involved in something. And sports is a great outlet. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Sanford Health says there's new technology being tested right now that in a few years could make diagnosis and treatment of traumatic brain injuries a more in-depth process.
It was a chilly but beautiful day today. Some even getting a chance to stretch their legs and go for a bit of a run. And Hutch is in now with more on what we can expect for this evening. How cold is it going to get tonight?
Well, Mike, let's just say it's going to feel winter-like as we go into the evening. Temperatures cooling. We've got to see how the sunlight interacts with ice crystals in the atmosphere. A lot of sundog photos shared like this one from Polk County, Gully, Minnesota. Boyd, thanks for sharing your double sundogs. Here's the left side sundog. Very brilliant. Douglas, thanks for sharing this one from northern Clearwater County. A great way to start the day. It's been gusty, it's been windy, and the wind chills are just brutal out there. Fargo feels like 24 degrees. 1 whole degree above in Fergus Falls, feels like 21 below in Jamestown right now. Holding on to above zero readings, but not for long. Wind chill advisory overnight. Make sure you put the survival kit in your vehicle. If you're traveling anywhere, you don't want to be stuck out in temperatures like this. More snow, a little warmth, a little more cold. I'll have details in your forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A Minnesota woman is asking for help to get her lost dogs back. It's a story that's creating a lot of buzz on our Facebook page today. The owner says her 2 black labs went missing in early January. On Sunday, she found them up for adoption on the For Love of Dog Rescue website. She claims the rescue already split the dogs up, adopted them out, and will not return them to her.
We want them back, and we will do whatever they want us to do to get them back. They just need to come home to their family. They need to be together.
Stephanie also says she is thankful the rescue saved the dogs from being euthanized, but she wants them back. For Love of Dogs says they followed policy. The dogs become their property and are adoptable when owners don't claim them from the pound. Although social media can be helpful, area pounds and rescues say they are the first place to check if you lose a pet. To see more on what the rescue has to say, click on this story on our website, valleynewslive.com. This story, as we said, has been getting a lot of buzz on our Facebook page, and you can join the conversation as well. And follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
New proposed Grand Forks City ordinances to curb binge drinking are getting a heated reaction from some bar owners. The Public Safety Committee has recommended a couple of new laws that would cut back drink specials at bars and make homeowners more responsible for their parties. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson shows us what's happening.
The new proposed regulations are the result of a committee study of high-risk and underage alcohol use in Grand Forks. The first of two proposed ordinances would limit drink specials at bars. That's not welcome news at McMenemy's Tavern. Every morning they pull in a pretty good crowd of shift workers who have just wrapped up their workday. One of the big draws here at McMenemy's is a 3-for-1 drink special. It's a deal that would be outlawed if the new proposed ordinance is approved. A bartender here tells me the city needs to think about people's jobs. She depends on the morning crowd and tips to raise her kids. Next door at the Bun, Harry Bushaw says the council needs to stay out of their businesses.
We don't hire any of them to run our businesses. And the more they expand from their primary purpose, which is city government, the more things are going to get screwed up.
In past years, the annual Springfest, a non-sanctioned party for UND students, has gotten out of hand. It was canceled this year and may have played a part in a second ordinance that would make homeowners more liable for making sure underage guests don't drink. One member of the committee who studied underage drinking and binge drinking says they're simply trying to create a healthier culture.
We're certainly not trying to tell business owners how to run their business. What we're trying to do is talk about the values of our community and how we're trying to keep the community safe. And so there's national research and best practices that say these kind of drink specials encourage high-risk alcohol use.
Next week, the City Council will consider whether to pass the new proposed ordinances. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Another bar manager tells us the City Council should be cracking down on specials at off sales, claiming that's where the alcohol for underage and binge drinking is being sold.
A bus driver under contract to the West Fargo School District through Valley Bus has been ticketed after losing control of his school bus and crashing it yesterday morning. No children were on board at the time, but the driver was not injured. Roads were icy when the crash happened on I-29 near West Acres. Investigators say the bus spun out, went off the road, and crashed through a steel fence. The bus ended up near the Sears parking lot and had to be towed. The driver was cited for care required. West Fargo schools are investigating as well.
No cases of measles are confirmed in North Dakota, but the state health department says that they are testing for the disease for the first time this season. Department officials tell us that they've conducted a measles test on 3 people. 2 tests came back negative. The state's still waiting for the result in the 3rd test. 121 cases of measles have been reported all across the U.S. in 17 states, including South Dakota and Minnesota. Symptoms generally appear about 7 to 14 days after a person's infected. And if you begin to get a rash, health officials suggest calling your doctor right away.
Despite growth within the Fargo School District, the latest numbers also show more students transferring out than in. The report shows 891 students transferred to other districts, while 796 students transferred in, a loss of 95. A school official says the big classes in lower grades continue to fuel overall enrollment growth. The kindergarten through 2nd grade classes have nearly 900 students, and the classes at the middle and high school levels are some of the smallest classes, being in the 800 and 700 range.
It's a rare chance for students to wear pajamas to school and raise money for a great cause. This special day called Pajamas for Parkinson's allowed kids at Nativity Elementary to pay $1 to wear their PJs to school as a fundraiser for the Marv Bossert Foundation for Parkinson's Support. At the age of 79, Marv passed away from the disease, and shortly after his death, his family established the foundation to increase community knowledge. Donations to the foundation go toward assisting programs designed to ease the symptoms of those living with Parkinson's. 2 of Marv's grandchildren attend Nativity School and started this great fundraiser.
According to NewsDakota.com, the long-running electronics company Radio Shack recently filed for bankruptcy and will see nearly 1,800 stores nationwide close by March 31st. And among those stores in North Dakota, locations in Jamestown, Minot, and Bismarck. Stores will also be closed in neighboring states of Minnesota and South Dakota. Despite filing for bankruptcy, certain stores around the U.S. will continue to operate.
A couple hundred Minnesota workers will be out of a job as a major Minnesota-based retailer begins to lay off workers. It's part of an announcement made today from Target that they'll be cutting 550 jobs in Minnesota, 350 of those immediately.
Target announced last month that it is closing all operations in Canada due to the lack of profits. The layoffs in Minnesota are part of that process. On top of that, the company will be paying out almost $4 million in a California lawsuit settlement for allegedly charging higher prices than were advertised. Target cited failing to remove promotional signs as one of the main causes of the lawsuit and adds they have since fixed that. Also, any customer that thinks he or she might have been overcharged can bring their receipt into the store to resolve the problem.
Well, later on Valley News Live at 6, why you need to hurry if you have plans to hunt turkey this spring.
And a little bit of snow to play in Fargo. We finally have almost reached 1 foot of snow this winter. A little more flaky weather in your forecast. It looks like a bitter cold night ahead, and I'll have your hour-by-hour details next.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.